1222. 222 being half of 444. And look, everybody's in the trouble cases, So I got them in when they were not suspecting. Now, I'm just waiting. My lawyer cousin has already sent the money and has sent the forms and everything. So we're just waiting. So all the kids are in the cases, So we're just waiting for the other side to acknowledge, receipt and release the code for the lockbox. And once I have that, then it's my house and it's our house. And I do want to go the very first time entering the house when it's actually our house. It's not mine. It's our house. When I'm entering the house for the first time, the whole family has to be there, and our outside family is waiting for us. The second of closing, they become part of our family outside. But so these people they're objecting a little bit. But your sweethearts, you're going to like it. You can see outside squirrels, birds, siblings, feral siblings. Feral meaning a little bit more like your dad, kind of wild, not domestic like you guys. So it's very exciting, very exciting. So I just got them in unsuspecting. As soon as my cousin said, my lawyer said, it's almost there. Just, you can go. Just, get the kids in the cases and go. You are going to get the key today. I mean, they're legally bound, for closing. And the money has arrived there. So we're just waiting for the acknowledgement, So that's what's happening. And I got them in before they suspected. So I said, okay. Everybody, we're en route. And I got everybody into the car very nicely. We got one of the babies is there. And we got the other baby there, and this one had come out and climbed into this case with the brother, and then this is the curious one. I think this is Lcee. He's the more adventurous. So he climbed out of here and he climbed out of there, and then he went there, and he's like, his sister is not happy with him, but there's a mesh, so she was growling at him, and then he climbed down there and he thought, I'm driving, and I'm like going, you're sitting there. What if you go under the seat or something? So when I stopped at McDonald's drive-thru and I got traffic and I had to for a switch from QEW to took Erin Mills up to 401, and I stopped at McDonald's, just got drive-thru. And now there's a problem with apparently the money has gone through from our end. I talked to my lawyer, my cousin, and I said, is everything okay? Have we got the key code yet? And she goes, there's a little problem. We sent the money. It was, the money I gave a bank draft yesterday into trust, and that's how it's done. It goes to the lawyer. And then my lawyer sent it to their lawyer today, and it's in the other person's bank, but the bank has put a hold on it. And it happens to be the same, coincidentally, the same. Everything's sort of back on track. Always something. There's always something. But I've got the code now. I've got the code. It all got settled. There was an issue between my lawyer's bank and their bank, and they didn't have the right information, and they didn't have the right information. But now they've exchanged it, and everything's fine, and they've got the money. They know the money's there. It's not blocked, so they've got it. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. It's 4:44. I was just replying to the movers. They're coming to pick up the keys. Okay, here I am. Kids are still in the car. I got the key with the code out of there. First time ever opening. I feel a little emotional, but I'm inside. Now I've got to go get the kids for poor things. Can you believe it? 5 hours because of all of that stuff with the, delay and the lawyers and the calls and the not getting the code but it all got sorted out. So Agita, you're the oldest, you come in first. This is our home. You'll like it. You can chase your brothers all around. There are windows to look out and hiss at the birds and hiss at the you got feral siblings who we're going to meet today, maybe not. But I'm going to put some food for them. So we'll get you in first, and then we'll get your brothers. Get one at a time, just because I'm holding a phone with one hand. It's our new home, sweeties. It's our new home. It's got a catio. It's got cats outside. probably friendlier than your sister, you know. And we got a little porch here. That's the catio, kids. Fuck. Yeah, they were supposed to change that. Look at that. There's little pieces of glass. Okay, I'll have to tell the agent. They were going to change that. Little pieces of glass here now. It's not good. Let's get the other kid. I'll tell the agent. They were going. I guess they'll change it when it comes. They have ordered it. So. But it takes a long time for doors to come because the inside doors, my guy has said it's going to take 6 weeks or something. So I'm not surprised if this door hasn't come, but they've got little pieces there. So be careful. Okay, everybody, this is our home. I'm going to let you all out. Let me bring the other stuff in first. So it's got the lights on here. So let me just turn on some lights here. And I brought in all the stuff that I brought this time. So there's churro, and I'm about to let you guys out. I'm just setting everything up. So we got a bed there. And we got a bed there. We'll put a bed here. And this food is for the outside people. I better put that soon. We'll take this to the cat room, catarium, catio, whatever. I'm setting up all the cat stuff in there. And I think I'll let them out in here. Okay, 1 second. Are you home, sweethearts? Yes, this is called a catio. You can actually see things from these windows. It's not like up in the condo. You can see birds and things. It'll take you a little while. That's why we've got the cat condos. You can climb up to see. Take your time. It's our house. We own it. You know. That one is already out and exploring. So I'm going to set up the food and the litter boxes and stuff. Just so they know everything is ever where it is. Welcome home, kids. It's a long time getting here. You're staying in there to be on the safe side, you too. But I'm going to take out food and everything so you know. And litter boxes so you know. Okay. It's a long time getting here. But we're here. We're in a small town. In a house with a catio. Yeah, you guys can climb up and see birds and things. That might be a little high for you. Anyway, bye for now. I'm going to get them all settled. I'm going to do food and stuff. Got out of the case and went into there, into one of the cat purchase thingies I brought, a small one, which they never used there because they got so many. And this one is just exploring around. Yeah, that's the front door, sweetie. Don't go too close to there because there's like little bits of glass. Your brothers are being a little bit more timid. They're in the catio. But this is our home. However, the previous owner, I think, has left me some holy water. Everybody has their own things. I brought my basts. I'm going to get them out in a minute. She's left me some beer, which I don't drink, and some Smirnoff Ice, which I used to with my younger cousins. It used to be like a drinking game when I was drinking for a while. So I know it's a nice housewarming, I guess. You know. And she's left some dry food for the outside cats. And I saw one of them, so I'm just gonna put some water for the kids. I'll put some dry food. Sighting of one of the feral kids. I'm not sure which one you are, but I'm putting some treats here, and I saw the other two go under there. That's where you basically live. Okay, I am your new dad. You know, you got siblings. They're inside, but the boys have never seen other cats besides their sister. So I'm putting some treats here. Hi, I'm going to look after you the best I can. I will. And winter we'll do something with the garage, with the cat door and stuff. But I'm going to look after you. You are now part of our family. Hi, kids. This one is realize that there are siblings out there, feral ones. They're under the deck. Ah, this is my bold one. He's hiding behind the cat food bag. There's treats up here, sweetie, if you want them. I put treats everywhere, but right now it's just too much of a thing for. And the movers are coming. A couple, husband and wife, very very nice people, owners of the moving company. So they're coming to pick up the key for the storage unit for tomorrow morning. This thing is buckled. Noticed it with. I didn't notice even the first time. I noticed it the second time with my contractor friend, and he says because of the dishwasher. So. I'm not sure. He said just leave it. And I'm not going to use the dishwasher much. So, but it really, I mean, it's very homey. It just feels right. I mean, kids are going to take a little time, particularly the boys, because they've never lived anywhere except for the condo. Took them twice to the house for like a couple of hours, and they just hid in that one room, which was under construction, and they hid behind the mattress. So they're hiding here, but this is, this is much more open, and there's spaces, and there's windows, and you'll get used to it. We're going to move full-time day after tomorrow, So, and then you can... Hey, kids, so I put some food there for this, and I think that's Peanut. She said calico, there. And I put some food. She was eating out of that bowl. She didn't want to eat out of this bowl, so I put on that bowl. I think there were little insects in there. Everybody, Agita is very comfortable. She's exploring. She's meowing. She used the litter box, both pee and poo. I cleared it. She ate wet food. She ate dry food. But then she's moved. I mean, when I was, when she was younger, I had houses in Niagara, and then from Toronto to Niagara to a house out in the country near here, and then to the most recent one, and then back and forth she used to go until the most recent house got flooded. So, but she's explored. So she's comfortable. These two are freaking out because this one was hiding in the kitchen in the corner right in plain sight. Now he's hiding behind the toilet. Good thing that the bathroom is cleaner here than in my place. And the other one came out for a minute, went to hide over there, and then came back to here. They're not eating, they're not drinking, they're not using the litter box. But it's okay. I mean, they're just getting used to this. You let them get the scent. It was our first visit to the house. Had to get them back into their cases. Now that they're in the cases, they want to come out and explore because they know the car. I'm like going, once we start driving, But for now, just, okay, this has been our new house. We're coming back in 2 days to stay. So this next time, you can hide under beds, You want to stick your heads out? You don't come out. It says back there. So both the babies are here. One baby there. Nose. See the nose? Yeah, one baby there. And the other baby there. Ears. And Agita there. Agita isn't happy because she liked it here. We're coming back in 2 days, sweetie. We are coming back. Don't worry. Okay, heading home. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. This is not one of my kids. This is one of the outdoor kids. I think this one is JJ or Tiny. I'm just giving some treats. I came in the house for a minute. Now, the movers came, and a lot of the stuff from the previous house ended up. It was supposed to be done years ago, and that was the problem with that house. And there was a flooding, and supposedly the company had done all the the stuff that was moldy. We're opening these boxes, and they're like going, "Don't even take some of the stuff into the house because it's moldy." So I'm going to have to sort all of this shit out later. It was in the garage there for years. I was hoping that all of this was mold free, but it may not be. So, oh shit. It never ends. But anyway, at least we're here, and I'm trying to keep because my kids are going to be inside. Mold, So this table came from my cousin nephew. So this is fine. This wasn't at the house. This only came 6 months ago. These two chairs, they're like going, is it dust? Is it mold? And it looked like dust. I think it should be okay, And so there was a bookcase I put in here, and he's looking at it, and he goes, "Oh, it's mold." Oh. There was a desk. The desk is missing. That should have gone to the garage. Hello, everybody. This is one of the ferals. I'm pretty sure this is Peanut. Hi, Peanut. And I put some wet food out for her. And I don't want to disturb her when she's eating. And I put fresh water. Now, the previous resident left lots and lots of food for them, but didn't get. She said in a note, she said, put the dry food by the back door of the garage, which I've done. I filled it up, and it only goes down half because she fills a lot. So I filled it right up to the top. It was like halfway, so I filled that to the top, dry. And then there it becomes a bit of a production. There's no laundry room. There's no, well, there's a laundry room, but there's no tap in it. There's no laundry tub. There's no hose here. There is a tap, and I put fresh, and I wiped the plates. Now, I don't know these outdoor cats, if there's anything, I wipe, and I'm pretty sure she did this. I saw a couple of paper towels there, used paper towels. I think she just rinses it and wipes it with paper towels, So I kind of did the same thing. I got it pretty clean, and I'm rinsing and I'm wiping and I'm and they live under that thing, which is not very clean. So I don't know if they're that concerned about hygiene, but I'm kind of concerned about hygiene. I don't want them eating off dirty plates. So I got to arrange. I'm pretty sure that it'll be okay to wash it in the bathroom thing with. But then they don't get shots. That's the whole thing, is that they're 10, 12 years old and they've never had boosters. Except for the very first time when they got spayed, and it was so traumatic for them that they disappeared for like 2 weeks, or they would only come to eat and they wouldn't come nearer. Well, they're not coming near me, but I'm just starting out here. So I'm like, I wiped the plate, and I brought my own bowl for them, a second bowl for the other ones, a stainless steel one, and I wiped that, and I wiped the paper towel, and I threw the paper towels, and I put fresh water in it. Right, she had it like that. She had it set up with the bowl right under the tap. So I'm doing the same thing, and I use that tap too. So these are the little things that now. These guys, even though I don't see them or they don't come near me, but they eat and they're here and they're not going anywhere, and this makes everything worthwhile. So, to be able to look after them and to continue and let them live here. This has been their home for 10 years. There's no way I would want anyone to who is not a cat person bought this house and had them, who knows what they would have done with them. Not fed them. It would have been awful, So this is now. There's all these little hassles that I've been experiencing yesterday. Yesterday, problem with closing, and then the movers came to pick up the key, and the movers came today and they picked up the stuff from storage and they brought it here, while I came straight here. So they cleaned out the, started taking all the boxes in. These are books that were packed 7 years ago when I had the flooding at my place, and they started packing up they're like going, oh, there's mold, and a lot of stuff was thrown out back then by the damage control people. That the insurance covered it. So and it was flooding from burst pipes. So they threw a lot of stuff out, but these things should have been thrown out. But then they haven't been used in 7 years because it took so long to renovate, and so that looks like. And the mover, he had done a course or something in mold and mold control, and he goes, that's mold. You can't let that in the house because it'll contaminate everything. And then we're looking at the boxes, and the stuff inside seems to be okay, but that's bullshit. But then we start second guessing, and we're like, that's mold. So they're taking that in, and then we're supposed to take that out, forgot. Took everything else out, and I'm going to have to sort through. So, my contractor friend, my handyman friend goes, that's a project for you. And I go, yeah, thanks, that's what I need, So, but I'll be, like the books, and we took the books in, and there is a bookcase. So one bookcase survived. Now, whether the others were moldy or something else, we don't know. There were like 7 bookcases in that house. One survived, and I wiped it inside. I was going to put books on it, and the mover guy goes, that's mold. So it's like, and that made a bit of a mess. And I said, look, I don't want to take any chances. Brand new house, new start. I don't want like infestation of mold, and my children, my indoor children, they don't go out. and I can't take a chance. It's not even so much for myself. So we're like looking at this and we're looking at that. It's like mold. Is there mold? Is there mold? So is this enough to drive you nuts? Well, I am nuts. I'm beyond nuts. So, but this is a different kind of nuts. This is not a slithering, party to the extreme, underworld kind of beyond nuts, beyond crazy, beyond psycho. This is a neurotic nuts, and like the guy said, and I trust him, like look at that. That's mold, So who knows what's in here and what's not in here? And then that carpet, he thought that he banged it on the ground and some kind of dusty stuck around. He said, that's not. He said they didn't seal the things properly. So everything went back into the garage here, like it was in the garage there. So we're not really that much further ahead. However, I don't know if I showed you this yesterday, they knew that the door was broken, and the realtor told me that their realtor had said they've ordered it. Hasn't arrived yet, but they've ordered a new door. So I guess when it comes, they'll have to contact me. But yesterday, when I was opening the door, I accidentally touched that, and I forgot, because they've got a coating on it, and it looks so much like a pattern that, I forgot that it was broken. I think I touched this, and I think I went right in the little pieces. So little things, And then we had the bookcase that I just showed you. We had it set up there, and we bought in 2 or 3 boxes of the cleanest looking box. And then I started second guessing. I'm like going, is that is there mold? And is there mold? Is there mold? And he's like going, it could be. He said, he said I wouldn't take chances. Took everything back out of the garage. Now even these chairs. This was covered. This was from pre-flooding. They were covered, but I'd removed them when I went a couple of times with my kids and I sat in that ground floor room. Now, that's not mold. That's just fluff. But, I think that these should be okay, And he says, it's up to you. And I said, I'll take a chance on the chairs. And we kind of, examined these carpets carefully and threw them on the ground, and the dust didn't come off. So I'm thinking that I think they're okay, And it's not so much me. I'm worried about my kids, So now this very nice dining set was given to me by my cousin nephew, my cousin's son, and he gave it to me, as a gift when he was leaving, because he didn't need it and I had liked it, so he gave it to me. So I was keeping it for the next house. Now I don't have a particularly high dining floor ceiling here like I had in the other one, but it's a very nice table, and I've got a fancier from the other house, chandelier, which my handyman, hopefully not 7 years, but my handyman is going to. So, and I brought some boxes. It's a kitchen stuff. And then after this mold scare, took all the boxes back out of the garage. So I'll go through them in the garage and figure out what I can unwrap them, like the dishes and the stuff, what comes in. So, and in the end, I don't have a knife or a fork or a spoon or a plastic spoon. So with feeding the ferals, I had to use like a plastic glove. I had one in the car, and I used that to wash the things, to hold the things, and then I used it to. I don't have a fork. I don't have a spoon. So this is all, and then we brought that really moldy thing into here, the dresser, and then took it back out. Now this one doesn't look bad. These 2 things were covered, so I don't see any mold. And he said the other one, that would be like musty, but this looks okay, and that looks okay. I don't see any molds. And he was like looking at it with lights and everything. And now my handyman contractor is getting the doors for this, and I don't know this shit. Oh, what's that? I don't know. Is it a bee? Could have been a bee, It was a bee. So dead bee. So I better scoop it up before my kids come and like eat it or something. And he's given me measurements for the blinds. So this is everything that's in that. Now that box, it says towels, and I don't see, and it's in the bathroom. I don't see any mold on this. And the towels look okay. I mean, from 7 years ago, they're in the garage or in the house, but they don't look moldy to me. So I don't know. That's the only box I've allowed in the house. It's in the bathroom anyway, so I don't see any mold on this. So this mold scare. Now, in terms of, I was thinking about this, and this is a return to the ordinary world. These are ordinary world concerns, These are, but this is like a new homeowner in a new town, threats to one's family. In my case, happens to be cats, and indoor cats and outdoor cats. And well, the outdoor cats are not worried about mold because they live under the deck. I think there could be mold out there. There's not, but the indoor cats, and the outdoor cats too. I don't want to take any chances on them. They're very good cats. They're very sweet, and they come and eat. And the black one came today, and he came inside. She came inside. Looks a lot like my own boys. Very similar black cat, but and ate some treats. So this is the house. This is the Nutty Professor's next saga. Rather than slithering in vast amounts of substances to explore the darkest recesses of shadowy stuff, this is like another kind of exploration. It's like small town life, and in a house, and homeowner concerns. But being the Nutty Professor, a homeowner concern just is not like my handyman contractor was like going, I don't worry too much about mold. But then he's the guy that took 7 years to do my house. So, this is the new chapter. This is a neurotic Nutty Professor returning to the ordinary world, but in a very different. This is like an underworld, but it's like a blue velvety thing. It's like this is I'm now on the other side of the picket fence, and these are the concerns, but they get magnified because I'm neurotic and I've come back from the underworld. So the ordinary world stuff gets really magnified, and somebody says mold, I'm like, mold, get it out of the house now. So I react a little bit. That's me. That's just my I tend to do everything a little extreme. So and then I opened up one more carpet, and I didn't see any mold on this either. So I got tons of the carpets here from before. My parents had bought them for me years ago, and they were all in that house, and they got wet and they got dry cleaned. I get like 10 of them, so I'm gonna have to open each one out and examine it for mold. So that's what's keeping me busy now. I'm feeding these kids. They're very, very nice kids. Yeah. That one, and then the black one, and I think there's one more, but I haven't seen the other one yet. And I was a bit worried that they'd run away because, I didn't see that one, but I put the food out, and I don't have I have to get some utensils for the outdoor kids, and I have to get some plastic gloves, and I'm like going, where do I wash that? I'm going to have to ask my cat rescuer friends. I mean, is there any possible, because they don't have shots. That's the thing that worries me a little bit. Like my cats get, the feline leukemia and everything every year. These guys don't get anything, so I don't want to risk, I'm washing something and I get something on my hand, and so I'm like wearing a plastic glove and using the thing. And she did that too. She did the paper towel in the back. I think that was her trick. So I bring the paper towel in the back. I'm not bringing the plates in, but just wash it in hot water or something. Maybe wash it in the sun. I don't know. I'm gonna have to discuss this with my feral cat rescuer friends. What is communicable from feral cats to indoor cats if the feral cats haven't been inoculated and the indoor cats have, and all that kind of thing. And in the meanwhile, we got cat beds. We got a thingy. We got two chairs, which I think are relatively mold-free. We got that chair is relatively mold-free. We get these things, which are, we've got lots of toys. The toys came yesterday, and we get cat condos. We've got more toys. Kids have been here once, just for a couple of hours, and there's more toys than than anything else in there. Some cat condos, and I brought another one today, so we get like 3 cat condos. 3. One for each kid. And the boys will come in freeze. And thank you. If my cousin sees it, it's very nice, very, very nice gift. And this is completely mold free because he gave it to me just 6 months ago. So it was his thing. It was not involved in my house pre-flood. So this is my house. This is this is our house. It was like talking about there was a disco song it came up in connection with my other friend, the cat rescue friend, the Sister Sludge or whatever, like family. Now my family is a little furrier. We get 3 indoor ones, who I'm going to bring tomorrow. And that's why I'm very concerned about the mold and stuff. And we've got even though my own condo is so dirty right now that there's probably more danger of mold there, or germs there. I wash the bowls very thoroughly, and I do vacuum, but just look how clean this is, So I don't think that there are mold spores living in these carpets that will infect my children. I don't think so. I hope not, there's my paintings. I had more paintings. I don't know what happened to them, Everything disappeared. So, this is the Nutty Professor, episodes. So this is new episodes. This is part of the, how many weeks clear? So 3, 2.5, whatever. But this is a new episode. This is like, Return to Ordinary World, but in a very particular, small town Ontario, homeowner, worried about mold, worried about family. We are family, it's like indoor and outdoor. So the outdoor ones, they were good. I've barely seen them. I fed them a couple of times, but I'm accepting responsibility for them. Now, I don't think that this is connected necessarily to returning from underworld to ordinary world, and it could be connected to my being a little neurotic and extreme, and so being in the ordinary world in a small town and being sober, and we've got other things became big problems. I have this lawnmower, which I bought 6-7 years ago. I used it until last year, and it worked. I tried to find the oil to add it, and I couldn't find where you put oil. And then my handyman, who's like, he works on cars and things. He's like, he's a hobbyist. He couldn't find it. There's some other guy I asked, couldn't find where to put the oil. So this year it finally didn't start. And then I had to get that other guy to cut the grass, and then it turned out to be his nephew that bought the house, So, and then this one I used 3 years ago, and the gas, we drained it before moving by turning it upside down. My handyman and I, my contractor friend, turned it upside down. And the mover said, that should do it. So we turned it upside down to drain the oil, because you can't have gas when you're putting it in storage or you're moving it, because it's flammable. So I took it, this one, they're not starting. They weren't starting. So I took it, this one hasn't started in 2 years. I took it, my friend, my contractor friend helped me, came, he gave me a bungee, we bungeed it into that car. I took it to a local lawn repair place, and he wouldn't even come out to see it. He said, you haven't used it in 2 years, the carburetors are probably gone, it'll cost you $200, $300, you might as well just buy a new one. I said, okay, thank you. And then I said, I have a writing one. And he said, I guarantee you that if you haven't used it since last year, and there was gas, and there was like a stale gas, you drain. And I said, drain the gas. I said, turn it upside down. He said, no, you got to find the gas line and then bleed it, and then do this, and then adjust that, and then adjust this, and then drain that, and then do this. And I said, if I did all that, I'd be a freaking mechanic. I wouldn't be like coming to, I'm like going, so I don't know. So I'm like, maybe everybody knows this kind of shit in a small town. So I'm like going, okay, thank you. And then I looked up, there's a mechanic that comes to look at, charge $200 just to diagnose, to get the thing started, and then the oil change it. That one I don't mind spending $200 on. This one, rather than spend $200, I just buy another one, So, but I have to do it soon, because, I'm the next grass cutting. And at the previous house, I got that guy, the service. But I don't want to get the service here, because, I can do it. I got a very nice riding lawnmower. It just needs, oil change and spark plug. And it probably costs $200-$300, but better than buying a new one for like $1,200, $1,400. And it worked very nicely until last year. It's a very good machine. So it just needs the servicing. So I'm going to call that guy. It's like 7 days a week, but not today, because I'm not going to be here today. So over the next couple of days, it's 7 days a week. So I might, so I was going to get a stainless steel fridge, because my white one doesn't match. But then rather than spend the $700-800 on that, and it works. I mean, it's white. So I'm like going, instead of that, I'm going to do all of this stuff. And then I got some stuff in storage in Toronto, which has to be brought here, and that's going to be very expensive, and paying storage there, and then just store it in the garage. But now there's not much room in the garage because of all this. And I want the outdoor cats to live in here in the winter because it's heated. And so this is what the heck is that? Some kind of a curtain thing. So that's another thing. There's no blinds in the master bedroom, so I have to do that. And so this has been my first 2 days. Yesterday with the kids, just getting the key and checking out stuff. Today stuff being moved, but then this mold scare, because So we're back to, back to having everything stored in garage. Oh, well, and that mattress, they said, oh, it was not covered, it might be moldy. But I don't get visitors, so I don't really need it. You see, I don't know if that's mold or I don't know what that is. I see mold everywhere now. That's me, Nutty Professor, Nutty in small town Ontario. Better than the other kind of. That was beyond nutty. That was like dusty dumpster road, weasel, crazy, weaselly, feral catty. I was like more of a feral cat than the ones out there. Those ones are very well behaved, and they just stay in the property at the back, and they don't, I was not a well behaved feral cat. Anyway, bye for now. Everybody, I'm here at one of the Indian restaurants in town. There's a total of 3. This one is, I think, Indian and Nepali. It's fancier than I had thought. And they used to have like music on Friday nights. They don't do it anymore. I'm the only customer. It's a shame because it's a very nice restaurant and very good food. And it's like a 10-minute walk, 1-minute drive from my house. So I did everything I needed to do there, and I talked to the neighbors, my new neighbors, and they were very friendly, very nice people. And then I, small town life. That's what I moved here for. So it was very good, So then and I fed the outside cats, and I did all of that. And the black cat that was coming, that's the neighbor's cat. That's like, he's not actually a feral cat. He just comes because his bio relatives are feral, and they live in my backyard. So I talked to them briefly, and then I'm like going. Before I said I was heading back to Toronto, I might switch cars on the way. And then I know lawnmower issues and this, and I want to go to the blinds place, and that closed, and I'm like going, I haven't eaten all day, I was running around, and I'm like, let me try the other Indian restaurant. I tried the other one, and I wasn't too happy with the service. But this one, the people are very nice. Well, it's empty, it's a shame. But I'm having a shrimp biryani, it's very good. Okay. And I'm replying to telling the story to, by text to my realtor. It's kind of a trauma. And she says, I hope we're closing quite well. And I go, it's a bit of a long story. Everything is with me, but I'll try to keep it short. So I'm texting and eating. Bye for now. We're here at the condo, and we've got one of the babies there, and we've got the other baby there, very nicely settled on the cat bed. And the Agita is there. Okay. I got back yesterday. I don't think I've taped after getting back because it was just so exhausting, such as the big move and the little things like the delay and the key, and got it in the end, and then the move, coming back here with the kids, and then the move, and then the mold, and then stuff going back to the garage, all that stuff, So, and I was exhausted. I only had like 3 hours sleep the night before, and then went by myself yesterday, all of the stuff that happened, and then I ate on the way back, and I switched cars, and very, very tired, but just turned up the volume, opened the windows, just kept myself awake, and got back, and so then I just slept. I fed the kids, and I just slept all night and half the day. Got up and felt just exhausted, and replied to a couple of emails, texts. My realtor just informed her what was happening and stuff like that. And there was no way I could go back today with the kids. That was the plan. But just exhausted from the driving and all the other stuff. I just could not face it. And I kind of knew that was going to happen. That's why yesterday I fed the ferals. And there's really not much to, at this point, they don't come really near me. You just have to put out food and water. So I put out dry food, a big bowl. So there should be still plenty of dry food in there, in the doorway. And I put a can. I've only seen one come to eat the canned food. And just do it outside, use the tap to rinse the. So I put some wet food yesterday, and I saw the calico one. And that's the mother. She came and ate. I didn't see the others. I saw the neighbor's cat, and I met the neighbors. Very nice people. So all of that was very good. We had a bit of a problem with the mold, but I've tried to keep all the potentially moldy stuff in the garage, and I can sort through the boxes, what's good and what isn't. And that's from the stuff being stored for so many years in the damp garage. and there had been the flooding before. So some of the stuff got wet, and then that was like, so you're leaving it in the damp garage. It shouldn't be that surprising. So now I've got to sort through all of that, but I got enough furniture that we can use. So all that happened yesterday. I got back today. I was just resting. Then I felt kind of ennui, exhaustion, and, just this place. I mean, it's safe. I've been here for so long. I've got the use of it for now. And this is a magnificent view and it's luxury and all that stuff. But it wasn't working. It just wasn't working for us. And particularly for me, if I stay here, there will be much worse than mold. The next pinch, I really, and circumstances. As I said, I'm very fortunate that, I had the house out there and that I have the resources and that things came together at the right time. The right house just when I needed it. They come with the cats. Now, if since there are cats there, I can't just go, I'll stay another couple of days with the kids. The boys want to stay here. I'll just stay here another 3-4 days, and then go to the house, and then it'll become more like a cottage, like the other place. And but the idea is to get out of town. As my friend said, get the hell out of Dodge. It's kind of unnecessary because if I stay here, we're going to back into the cycle of, weeks, push, pull. And then the opportunity presented itself. And, that house got sold, the other one, without my even putting it on the market. Somebody came and bought it as is. So that happened after a bad binge. And then after the next bad binge, after 12 weeks, I found just the very next day, just the right house that comes with cats, which, are another pull. If we're still using the pull metaphor, framework, those outside cats are now a pull for me because, I can't stay here for 3-4 days at a time. I can't stay or a week or whatever. One day, like today, that's the maximum I can leave them because I have to go tomorrow to feed them. And they're very good cats. They're very sweet. I mean, they don't come near me or anything. They may eventually, but it doesn't matter, even if they don't. They've been living their lives there. That's their home. I'm there. I got that house, partly to look after them. I think the universe kind of gave me that house to help me help them, and it will be good for these people, even though the boys are kind of freaking out. So in a way, I'm kind of behaving like the boys now because I'm just going, I know here, I like it here, it's a new place. They kind of just froze, so I'm kind of freezing in a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to do it. I mean, that was a big thing. Buying that house, selling the other one, buying that house, getting the stuff moved there, and then the problems, and then the mold, and then, getting everything sorted out. The house is ready to be lived in, and it's going to be lived in. So we're all going there. The boys, the first day or two, and I think that they're secure enough to know that we stay together wherever we are. In the car, they let me pet them. They're very comfortable in the car. So, and we spend one night there. They'll probably be under the bed, but by the second, third day, and once they start eating there, and once they know that we're all together as a family, including their sister, who they love very much, she bullies them, But she bullies them less there because, she's too busy playing and exploring. She loves it there. That one loves it there, So these ones, they're going to, for a day or two, they're going to be a little subdued. But once they start eating and exploring and they see stuff out the window, things will get better, And again, I think because they are secure, they know that we're a family, they know I'll never leave them, that we're all together, and they will start, figuring things out there, And we'll still come here occasionally, kids, not for long stretches, like 1 day, 2 days, like this. We'll come here, when we need to do things here, vet appointments, doctor appointments, going to the bank, stuff like that. I can do it here, So. Some of the things I can switch there, but some, like the vet and the dentist and the doctor, I'll keep there. So I'll keep here, So, and while I still have this place. So that's what's happening, A little bit of kind of last second for all of us. It's like a big move. I mean, this is literally the biggest move possible to deal with, the pushes and pulls and addictive stuff here and patterns that I kind of got myself pulled into or I got myself into. Very, very deep, shadowy stuff that, that was rising. So The opportunity presented itself. That house got sold. Found the other house, with some pushes, and it's there. It's waiting for us, and it's just the right house. It's the energy there is good. The feel is good. We're on the ground floor. We're not up here in the sky, in the clouds. I already met the neighbors. Very nice people, So everything is just right to go, and we are going tomorrow. So. That's all I have to say. I mean, I'm going to do a little bit of editing. I don't know how much I'm going to include, but I do want to shift the focus of this rather than, 1 week clear, 2 weeks clear. And if we're counting, I think we're approaching 3 weeks, if we're counting. But we're not counting anymore because now the whole, the game is shifting. Hopefully, now it's more about, rather than the focus of being how long clean, how much longer can I stay clean. Now the focus is more Nutty Professor and the kids in small town Ontario adjusting, trying to get lawnmowers fixed, dealing with mold. Having to buy furniture because there's some furniture that that is moldy, and the boys having to adjust a bit, and starting to figure out. So I want to tape when they first realize that they can see birds out the window. Let's tape stuff like that, So it's going to be we're shifting the framework, and it's going to be like day one in the house, day 1 week in the house, 2 weeks in the house, 3 weeks in the house. We're going the other way instead of we're going we're going in terms of how long in the house, and rather than how long clear, and that will be so however long we're in the house plus 2 or 3 weeks for the clarity thing. But so there's going to be a whole different, hopefully. Paths crossed, as my cat rescue friends say. I've made one of the biggest moves possible, literally and metaphorically, that I could make. And as I said, I'm fortunate in that I had the opportunity to do it. I had the resources, I had the opportunity, things came together. So I'm literally leaving town, literally leaving all this and going to a small town in Ontario to battle sort of my inner demons, so, or whatever it is that I'm battling, whatever it is, the pulls and the pushes that I've been talking about, the shadow stuff. I would rather use, I'm not entirely thrilled with the Jungian perspective, but some other terms like animan, shadow, and individuation, I will use them. So I have been confronting shadow and confronting anima and unveiling this and doing that and whatever. But part of the journey now is, to kind of get away from here and explore in a different, a quieter place, and on the ground floor with my kids, where my kids can actually see things out the window, and we have other pushes. We have the little cats outside to look after, and we've got meeting neighbors, and the little. There are problems there too. But, we'll deal with them. We've already got mold, problem one. So we'll deal with the stuff as it comes. So wish us luck. Nutty Professor and the kids are, and we're not giving this up completely. This is going to be here for a while. We'll figure out what to do with it, and we will come here occasionally. So, from the four of us, bye for now. Wish us luck on our journey to small town Ontario, to the picket behind the white picket fence. Okay, from the four of us, and I had to search, and this one. He'd gone hiding. I've searched the entire house, and it's in the blankets. So we've got one of the babies there, coming out of hiding, found his spot. The other baby there, and you can play hide and seek at the new house, kids. Once you start, unfreezing a bit and start exploring, you can play there. Lots of hiding spots. There's a catio, and I'll take blankets and stuff. So from the four of us, and don't forget. I don't know how much I'm going to include, how much I'm going to edit, but I am going to include the bit about the stuff that was happening there. The lady left holy oil and booze. Like I said before, I can't make that stuff up. So we're being welcomed, into that other environment with holy water and booze, And she also left cat food for the outside cats, which is very nice of her. So, from the four of us, one baby there, one baby there, okay, and Agita there. See you next podcast, which I will tape and edit and post, hopefully in the next house, in the new house. Even though I don't have internet there, but I'll figure all that out. So, wish us luck on our continued journey. The next phase of this. Kind of quietening down a bit. Okay, a small town. Bye for now. And we got a baby there. Okay? So we got one baby there, and we got one baby there. No, we're not going anywhere yet, sweetie. We're going tomorrow. So we got one baby there, and I get that here. And my goal was just, and I said, bye for now from the 3 kids, Agita, Lcee and Finn, and myself. And as always, they say the nuttiest, most fucked up professor and face of the earth, all of that stuff. But the goal for this next stretch is to return to being nutty, just nutty, not beyond nutty, not crazy psycho, dusty dumpster rodent weaselly, to return to being just a different form of nutty in a small town, a little eccentric. So trying to go really back in a bit, ground myself, time with the kids, outside kids, and adjusting to small town life. So, nutty, but in an eccentric sense, rather than in a wild, over the top, crazy, fucked up sense. At least that's the goal. Don't know if we can make it. But wish us luck. Bye for now.